One tiny sign someone is secretly fighting their feelings for you, psychology says. Have you ever looked at someone and wondered, do they feel the same way about me? Not in the casual sense, not in the surface level attraction, but deep down, in a way they don't dare to admit, not even to themselves. You see, human emotions are rarely straightforward. Love and desire rarely move in a clean, linear path. More often, they're messy, complicated, full of resistance and inner conflict. Sometimes, a person may feel something powerful for you, yet spend their days pretending those feelings don't exist. Psychologists call this emotional dissonance, when someone's heart pulls them in one direction, but their mind and fears pull them in another. And here's the truth, if you pay close attention, there's always at least one tiny sign that reveals when someone is secretly fighting their feelings for you. That tiny sign, contradiction in behavior. The clearest, most undeniable signal that someone is secretly struggling with their emotions for you is this. White right pointing back hand index, their words and their actions don't align. Think about it. When someone is genuinely indifferent, their behavior is consistent. If they don't care about you, they won't try to hide it, they won't go out of their way to send mixed messages. They will simply act neutral. But when someone is secretly fighting their feelings, you'll notice something strange, contradictions. They might say they're not interested, yet their eyes linger on you longer than they should. They might act distant one day, then unexpectedly protective the next. They might try to avoid you, but their avoidance feels too intentional, almost like they're avoiding themselves. This contradiction is the unconscious revealing itself. Psychologist Sigmund Freud once said, "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways." In other words, no matter how hard someone tries to bury their emotions, the truth leaks out in tone of voice, in body language, in those little slips of attention they wish they could control. Why do people fight their feelings? Before we go deeper into spotting these contradictions, let's pause and ask, why would someone resist love or attraction in the first place? The reasons are endless, but psychology points to a few big ones. 1. Fear of vulnerability. Love requires opening up. And for some people, vulnerability feels like weakness. They'd rather armor their hearts than risk rejection or disappointment. 2. Past trauma. Someone who has been hurt before might associate love with pain. Their heart says yes, but their memory screams never again. 3. Timing and circumstances. Maybe they're in another relationship. Maybe they're chasing career goals. Maybe they believe being with you will complicate their life in ways they're not ready for. 4. Self-worth issues. Many people secretly believe they're not good enough for the person they desire. So instead of trying, they pull back, even while their heart longs for more. So when you see someone sending you mixed signals, it's not always because they don't care. Sometimes, it's because they care too much. The push and pull dance. Now let's talk about the psychology of contradiction in real life. When someone is secretly fighting their feelings, they often engage in what experts call a push and pull dynamic. One moment, they're warm, attentive, laughing with you, making you feel like the only person in the room. The next moment, they're cold, distant, even dismissive. It can leave you confused. But to them, it feels like survival. Their heart pushes them toward you. Their fear pulls them away. And so they dance, back and forth, unable to settle in one place. Micro-expressions, the face never lies. Psychologists who study human behavior often focus on micro-expressions, those tiny, fleeting facial expressions that reveal someone's true feelings before they consciously hide them. For example, when they see you unexpectedly, their eyes widen just slightly, excitement they didn't mean to show. When you speak, their lips curve in a soft smile even if they're trying to look uninterested. When you laugh, their body leans closer to you, even if a second later they pull back. These micro-expressions are the unconscious mind screaming the truth, even while the conscious mind tries to cover it up. The silence speaks loudly. Another tiny sign is not in what they say, but in what they don't say. They avoid certain topics, especially if it involves feelings, relationships, or you directly. They fall silent at moments when their opinion would matter most, almost like speaking would expose what they are hiding. Or, they become overly logical, intellectualizing everything, using reason as a shield against emotion. But silence is never empty. In psychology, silence often reveals the most, because people hesitate when their truth is too big to admit. Body language, the involuntary truth. Words can lie. Smiles can fake. But body language? That's harder to control. Watch closely. Do they angle their body toward you in a group, even when they're not talking to you? Do they mirror your gestures unconsciously, scratching their head when you scratch yours, leaning in when you lean in? Do they touch objects near them when you walk by, as if grounding themselves from the nervous energy? These small signs betray the inner struggle. Someone fighting their feelings often acts as if a magnetic field exists between you, pulling them closer, even as they resist. The irritation illusion. Here's another powerful clue. Sometimes, they act irritated or overly critical toward you. Why? Because for some people, criticism is safer than confession. If they tease you, argue with you, or roll their eyes at things you say, it might not mean dislike. It might mean the opposite. Your presence stirs emotions they don't know how to process, so they mask it with defensiveness. Psychology calls this reaction formation, expressing the opposite of what you truly feel to protect yourself. So don't always take irritation at face value. Sometimes, it's a wall built to guard a very fragile truth. The protectiveness clue. One of the hardest things to hide is protectiveness. Even if someone is fighting their feelings, notice how they react in moments of vulnerability. Do they defend you when others criticize? Do they check if you got home safely, even if they act distant otherwise? Do they subtly position themselves to shield you in a crowded place? Protectiveness often slips out unconsciously. You can't fake it. And when it shows up, it usually means something deeper is at play. Emotional slips. And then there are the slips, those raw, unplanned moments where the mask falls. They say something deeply caring and then immediately backtrack with a joke. They send you a long message late at night and then pretend it wasn't a big deal. They let a hint of jealousy show when you mention someone else, then quickly cover it with indifference. These slips are windows into their true heart. They can't control them forever. What psychology teaches us? Psychology tells us that human beings are rarely at peace with themselves. Our desires, fears, beliefs, and wounds constantly clash inside us. So when you see someone sending you contradictions, warmth one moment, distance the next, don't assume it's a lack of feeling. Often, it's the opposite. The tiny sign, the most powerful sign, is inconsistency. Because inconsistency is the echo of a war being fought within. Final thought. So, if you ever wonder, does this person secretly have feelings for me? Don't just listen to their words. Don't just watch their actions in isolation. Look at the contradiction. Look at the moments when their heart slips past their guard. That tiny sign, the clash between what they say and what they show, is the most reliable clue of all. Psychology says, when someone fights their feelings, they reveal themselves not in grand gestures, but in the little fractures of their behavior. And if you pay attention, those fractures tell a bigger story than words ever could. Welcome, curious about the hidden truths of the mind and heart. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a fact that could change the way you see life.